Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And today is going to be a video where I discuss a couple things that I wish I would have known, or things that I wish would have been more explained to me when I first started out doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Again, for background, I am a 35-year-old, about to be 36 in April, Navy vet. I got a lot of banged up joints and a lot of banged up body parts and aches and pains, so I knew going in that there was going to be some difficulty, but there's a few things that I wish I'd have been known. So I kind of made me a little list here, the 10 things that I kind of wish I'd have thought about or been told a little more in depth before I started out jiu-jitsu. So number 10 is hygiene. Hygiene is one of the most important things when dealing with the grappling arts. I am a clean person by nature, obviously, and I do spend a lot of time making sure I have a shower or anything like that, but there's a lot of nasties that you can get on yourself when you're grappling with strangers and individuals, especially teenagers. And investing in good antibacterial and antifungal shower soaps are extraordinarily important. There's a company called Defense that makes some really good stuff that I have been using for the past probably about a month and a half now. Dove makes an antibacterial soap. There's several ones that are branded, and you want to make sure that you're showering directly after your time at the jiu-jitsu gym. You want to make sure you're clean and smell good before you get on the mats to help your training partners from having to smell you. But afterwards, most especially, you need to clean. Some of the other things that I enjoy doing is finding a laundry bag that I completely take off all of my clothing after each roll around on the mat, and I stick it in this shower bag so it doesn't get the inside of my gym bag all gross with the sweat and the funk that you can get on you. Or 9 actually, which would be the type of stuff that you wear when you go to jiu-jitsu. So typically in jiu-jitsu, there's 2 different practices that people will do. They'll do it either in gi or no gi. Go-to is to wear a rash guard. Rash guard is a thin piece of fabric material that you'll wear over your chest and over your legs, kind of like an insulator layer that's pretty soft, and it'll help keep you from getting too friction burned up from the mat or from other people. It'll also try to prevent you from getting too many cuts and nicks just from friction. That'll also help keep your skin cleared up from any of the stuff that you can get on you. Then you also have your gi. Now, just because you wear the gi for an hour and you may sweat a little bit doesn't mean you can wear it a second time right away. So you're going to put all that stuff and bring it to your house right after you're done your section at the gym. This brings me into number 8, which is washing. How much clothes you wash is astounding. I'm doing laundry every single day. Hang drying your gis. Do not dry your gis because they will turn from big giant gis, little baby gis real fast. My coach told me that he had a extra large gi, or what they call an A3. And that gi completely shrunk down to a child size because his son decided to try to help out and put that gi in the dryer. So they're made of cotton and they do shrink quickly. So hang dry all your gis. It's a little expensive to start, but I would recommend having 2 gis. One that you can wash and wear, and another one to put right in the bag while the first one was drying. A lot of gyms and training partners will end up having spares, and guys like me who start out in an A4 and slowly moving my way to an A3 as I lose weight and get more in shape, will be happy to donate my larger gis to new guys starting out so they can have something else to wear and put in their rotations. Going into number 7 is a go bag and stuff that you can put inside that go bag. So what I mean by go bag is all the little good things and goodies that you want to bring with you to the mats. This is either going to be Band-Aids, athletic tape, which I've had to use a couple times, antibacterial soap, or hand sanitizer, a little toothbrush and toothpaste to make sure your breath isn't rank when you're, up close and personal with your training partners. Your little sandals, anything. I mean, there's a multitude of things that you'll see that you need, and little pouches that you can put your stuff in to make sure that, your phone isn't scratched up, or your glasses or anything like that. Going into number 6 is going to be staying consistent. Some people get frustrated when they start doing something like jiu-jitsu, and jiu-jitsu is really hard. It's not something that you can just expect to go in and beat everybody up just because you're the big guy. I mean, size does play a part. Natural advantages do. It'll be easy for a 350-pound bodybuilder who with 10% body fat to overpower a 150-pound blue belt. But for the average majority of people, when you go in, you're going to get beat up and it's going to be difficult and it can be discouraging. So staying consistent, finding a schedule, making sure you make time to get to the mats, and training at least 2 to 3 days a week for 1 to 2 hours a day will help you build confidence in a foundation that you'll carry on to as you continue your jiu-jitsu journey. Going into number 5 is very much important to people who are in my age or veterans or athletes when they were younger and now all of a sudden they're in their mid-30s trying this out, is stretching. Yoga and stretching are the two most important things aside from being consistent to help you stay on the mat. Yoga has definitely made an appearance over the past few years. So it's not considered, the rich white lady sport anymore. It's important and it's fantastic for your mental health and your physical well-being. And you're going to get pretzeled, man. Jiu-jitsu is called the involuntary yoga sport for a reason. You're going to be stretched and put in weird positions, and you're going to need to figure out ways to help alleviate those pains and those aches. And they're also going to have to do better aftercare, icing and heat therapy to help work achy muscles. I know after about 2 months in, I had a bicep tendonitis in my left bicep, and I asked around, what do I do? So whenever I'm having a real difficult day or a lot of strangles and chokes and a lot of defense and my biceps getting pretty achy by the end of class, I come home and I spend, after a quick shower and everything, and I do 20 minutes of ice followed by 20 minutes of heat and repeat. And that helps me feel better and get less downtime to stay back into the game longer. Number 4 is going to be one that's I kind of touched on a little bit, but it's difficult, especially for younger guys, and it's overcoming your ego. I'm fortunate enough that I've kind of understand what this game's about, and I understood coming in that I'm going to get my butt kicked and I'm going to get tapped, and you're going to get tapped constantly, and you're going to be felt like a helpless child in the hands of your professor or your coaches. And you can't get frustrated about that. Everybody starts out the same way. Even if you think that you're going to be some Billy Badass coming out there and doing your thing, you're going to get humbled real fast. So you got to overcome that ego trip of, oh man, I just got tapped. You got to take it and embrace it as a chance to learn. Like, how did I just do that? Recognizing the danger signs. Even if you get tapped 3 times by the same maneuver in the same day, you're going to start recognizing the danger signs of where I just put my hand or where my head placement was compared to where they can be. And it gives you more knowledge to be more aware. Additionally, overcoming your ego is not having a roll session with one of the black belts or one of your purple belt training partners, or you get them in a submission. One of the first times I got a submission on somebody was from a higher belt. And I was excited that I got a submission finally after, I think it was about 4 weeks of showing up to open mats and getting just steamrolled. And I could have kind of flexed on it, but everyone gets tapped, everyone gets lucky, and everyone kind of falls into place sometimes where you'll finish something. You can't let all the highs go to your head nor the lows. It's staying consistent, staying humble, and remaining focused, because you're going to get tapped a million more times, and it's going to be a lot of times where you can teach somebody else. So get rid of the ego and just know that you're going to have struggles and it's going to be difficult, and you're also going to have those good days, and just roll with the tides, be nice and even. Number 8 is going to be injuries happen. Injuries happen all the time, especially for people who are a little bit older and already beat up. I've been training now since September 4th, I believe is my first day, or September 6th, beginning of September of 2022. And since then, I've had a bicep strain, I've had a shoulder strain, I've had broken pinky toe in my left foot, I broke bone in my right foot, I've had a knee strain, I've had abdominal tweaks and oblique tweaks, and then I've gotten some skin irritations from some of the things that happen. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to get injured. You're going to have things come up, and you just need to take care of yourself. There's certain ways, you talk to a doctor. I'm not a medical expert whatsoever. So like when I broke my toe, I called my family members who are nurses, and I talked to my doctor about what I should do, and I taped it up, and I still trained. But if you have an actual injury that's going to really hinder your way of training, then take a break, take some rest. Skin irritations. I mean, I got ringworm once, and it was right here on the neck. It was not pretty, and it was not easy to hide. Instead of putting my training partners at risk because it's a fungal infection that happens in grappling. It's common. I sat out. I attended a seminar where I had to sit there and watch everybody train with this great instructor from Anchorage that came up here, but I got to still sit down and learn while not putting my hands on the mat to keep my training partners free and healthy as well, because that's the bottom line. We all want to be healthy because we want our training partners to come back the next day, and you need to be healthy, so take the time to relax and rest. Number two, and this is one that I have experience and important to me, and it's picking the right gym and the right environment. This is my third attempt at doing jiu-jitsu since I was 19. I did a very brief stint in the Brad Dadius Fight School in Jupiter Street in Philadelphia back in like 2006. I was very out of shape, not motivated, and the guys wanted to train killers, and I wasn't a killer. I thought I was, and I never went back. And then I tried a school in town, and the fit just wasn't there. The people in town were, again, trying to train the next Conor McGregor, and I'm just a overweight Navy vet trying to get myself back in shape after being inactive for a while, and it just wasn't the fit. And it kept me from doing jiu-jitsu for several years until I found my academy, Tribe Brazilian Jiu Jitsu Academy here in Fairbanks, and it's home to me. The people are fantastic. The coaching staff, my professors are caring and treat you like a student, but they also treat you like a friend, and we're all family. There's no weird monthly contracts that you have to pay as soon as you sit down. There's no pay to play options. It didn't feel like as soon as you sat down, the coaches said you have to buy a gi, which is $150 on the spot. Like, you have to buy our stuff, you have to buy our rash guards, you have to buy our equipment. Very open. And that's a big red flag if you show up to a school that demands you to pay out all this money before you even get time on the mat. So find the right environment, find the right training partners, find the right coaches, make sure it's up to a clean standard. You're not going to immediately get staph infection from just walking through the back of the room, and take care of your mats when you're there and follow etiquette, but pick the right gym. That is super important. Finally, the last point that I want to bring up is to have fun. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is an incredible sport. It's an incredible martial art, but it's also ungodly fun. Like, the amount of time that my brain works just to follow pathways and to progress, and I get excited when I see a new opportunity and how to counter that opportunity with another opportunity. It's all about having fun with your friends. Don't take it so serious where your whole life and death of your day is going to be based off of how how good you did at practice. Yeah, the tournaments are the tournaments, and people are going to get jacked up and jazzed for those tournaments, but while you're at school, training with your friends, training with your coaches, you're practicing this beautiful art, and you're trying to ensure that you have fun, because that's at the end of the day what it's all about. So that was the list that I compiled of things that I thought of, or I wish I would have known a little more of, or I wish would have been explained to me a little better when I started. For the most part, I had great coaches that helped explain a lot of this, but I talked to other people, and there's some people that I know that are trying to get into this great hobby of ours and don't know everything. So I hope some of this information helped. Plan on continuing a series where this becomes a white belt answer questions. I mean, there's going to be questions I know some people have that they don't know the answers to, and if we can find it out, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do and get the answers if I don't know them. If you like this video, thanks, like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.